Well, hello, everybody. I'm Cory Bretz at Family Movie Storybooks. I'm a family historian.
And I'm Barbi Braude, storybooks designer extraordinaire.
Yeah. Today we want to talk about something that is common to all the folks that we work with when we're making family history books or movies, and it is the organizing and the curating of paper images and documents. It can be overwhelming and crazy making.
You can say that again, Cory. I have seen many a person looking at me and saying, what do I do with all these boxes? How do I tame all these images that I have from my family from the beginning of the 1900s?
Yeah.
Slides as well during the 60s when Kodak brought in these beautiful slide cameras. So many people have got these beautiful slides with magnificent color still in boxes that nobody sees the light of day because people don't have slide projectors anymore.
Yeah.
And so these are pieces like this one that of our families that so many of our younger generation want to see again.
Yeah, and think of all the documents that are kicking around amongst your collection. If you're your average genealogist, you probably have collected ship manifests, census records, birth certificates, death certificates, military records, if you're lucky, letters. My gosh, if you've been lucky to inherit a bundle
Love
full
letters.
of love. Oh my God, love letters. Yeah.
Yeah.
So what do you do with this stuff? It just sits there in boxes in a jumble, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. And they jumble, and then possibly one day there's a small flood in the basement, and then everything just gets ruined, and then nobody gets to see them again. So we have come up with a fabulous solution to help you. We've been doing this for so many years, and Cory and I would love to give you some tips just to make you feel like you're getting somewhere, that you are organizing things, and that you will be able to honor your ancestors and give this legacy to our future generations, right? So that they can see on whose shoulders they are standing. We have giants in all our families, good and bad, but to remember them is just a treasure, right, Paul?
Yeah, what you're seeing here is 2 pages out of a 160-page book for one of our clients, and you can see how the images are all collected together of people who are related, or they're all in the same place and time, or they're brothers and sisters. Other pages in this book would have whole pages and spreads of just one person: mom, dad, grandma, grandpa. So what's the first tip, Barbi?
I would say the first tip is to start making piles of each of the people in your family. If they are the main person in the photograph, if it's like a group photograph, you can choose to make a pile of groups of that family. But I would say if they are the main person, say the event was your great uncle's wedding, and then there are other people in the family in it, put that in your great uncle's pile. But my first tip is to separate out the people. At Family Movie Storybooks, we call them the characters.
Yeah, so good idea. Get them into piles by people, and then in amongst those piles of people, there's another layer to this, isn't there, Barbi? About
For sure. Then what you do is you start organizing them into the decades that person lived. So you either go from year 0 to 10 years old, from 11 to 20, etc., etc., etc. And if you kind of don't know, or you're not sure if they're 20 or they're 25 or they're 30, wing it. You know why? Because nobody's going to come back and say to you, oh no, I was 21 and I wasn't 20. It's okay. We are not going for perfection. This must be enjoyable. Let's have fun. And that's what we're doing. We're having fun. And we hope you are too.
All these images are going to need to end up digital at some point. We're going to cover that in a future video, but there's still one more step in getting them all ready for that digitization, and that is culling. I don't know about you, but for the longest time, we would develop a roll of film, and the film developing company would very graciously make 2 copies of each of those paper prints. And so out of a 24 roll exposure film, we'd end up with 48 photos. Well, guaranteed, some of the images that you're going to be finding in those stacks are going to be doubles, duplicates. So the first thing you want to do is find all the duplicates. Don't throw them away. Just get another folder or another place and just file all those duplicates in there, and then take another look at the pictures that you've got in there. Do you have any that are three shots of a similar pose? You know, like sometimes you get they squeeze, snap, snap, snap. So maybe just pick the best of those 3, and then take the other 2 and throw them in another folder. Maybe you've got some ones that are blurry, like the camera was never focused in the first place. Grab those ones and also throw them in that never to be seen again folder. The ones that are kind of faded, the ones that are maybe a little, there's some small restoration issues, we can actually sort that out. But the ones that the picture was horrible to start with, get rid of those ones and just file one. And the reason is that just reduces the number of images that then need to be digitized to go into your book or your movie.
Yeah. And don't feel guilty. It's not a matter of feeling guilty at this stage. You're not wrecking someone's memory if you've moved some of the pictures, the photos that you've chosen into not this time round kind of folder. Okay. So good tip, Cory. I like that.
Sometimes less is more too, right? Because we can focus on the ones that are great. Now, if this is still seems really overwhelming, or you're kind of maybe procrastinating a little bit, we have a special service that we offer. It's called Organizing and Curating. It's 2 45-minute online sessions with us. One or the other or both, depending. And we'll actually help you get your head around the strategy. And actually, you can even hold your pictures up as you're online with us, and we'll help you make some of those decisions. And that'll turn you into an expert at this process.
And one thing I can say, that once you have done this jump that we have just discussed in these last 5 minutes, you are 50% of the way there. You are on your way. You'll feel a great sense of achievement for just having organized your piles, your columns, let's say, of people, then putting them into decades, tossing the ones that you don't need, the ones that are not the very best representation of that person, and then putting them into a chronological order. You'll be able to see who are going to be the characters in your storybook, in your family's storybook. It'll be quite clear that some people have achieved a lot. Some people were very good at taking photographs, some not. But the amount of photographs that you've got will remind you of what that person did in their life, and that can help you to start weaving your family storybook together.
That's right. So think how relieved you'll feel as you actually start making progress, start working your way through those albums, those boxes. Think about how wonderful you'll feel when they finally have your family book in their hands and they're going, ooh, ah, right? So that's what we're working. We're working for the next generation here at Family Movie Storybooks. That's all about honoring your ancestors and inspiring the next generation.
Agreed. So good luck and have fun.
See you next time.